Hey all, welcome back to Triple Goddess Soapery. My name is Angela, and tonight we are making Samhain. This is one of the soaps in my Sabbats collection of soaps. They have gemstones on top, and these soaps are based on the 8 Sabbats in the Pagan Wheel of the Year. There's lots of information that you can look up online, and I believe I have other videos that I have made in previous years, and if I can find them, I will link them up above, and I will put some links to more information down below if you're interested in reading more about Samhain. Now, this soap is one that changes a little bit every year. Sometimes I use different colors, but it's usually a black base with neon swirls, and sometimes the gemstone changes. This year I'm actually using 3 different gemstones, but the scent is always the same in blackberry and sage, which is very lovely. This is actually a very popular soap. I usually sell out by the end of the year, and it usually only comes into stock in September, and then by the end of the year it's sold out. So yeah, and every year I make an extra loaf more just to meet demand. And I apologize if you can hear the banging around. That is my husband upstairs who cannot control himself. I swear that he can sense when I'm recording a voiceover and he starts making noise. So anyway, this is my basic soap recipe that is available on my Patreon, and you can head over there if you're interested in it. There's a couple of tiers. The $5 a month tier is the tier where you'll find all of my recipes and formulas. And I just want to take this moment to say thank you to all my patrons that are on the screen now. I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here and for supporting me. It really does mean a lot. And this is also one of the only soaps that has an embed in it. These are moons, and I only have 2 of the crescent moon, and I have 2 of the round full moons, so I just kind of did a mix here. And that is a melt and pour soap. I used a clear melt and pour base, and I used White Diamond's mica in the melt and pour just to give it a shimmery appearance for the moon. Some years I use cold process, some years I use melt and pour. It all depends on my mood really and how much planning I did. But yeah, and we just cut those down to size to fit the mold. And what else? Is there anything else interesting about this soap that you would like to know? Also, too, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If there are comments about this specific soap or any of the ingredients or tools that I use, just ask and all will be revealed. I'm just using a stainless steel chopstick there just to swirl my colors up a little bit. And because I'm using neons as my colors, neons have a tendency to accelerate the batter, which is good and bad. So because I know that, I'm just working with it, I'm making sure to work with my batter knowing that it's going to get thick quickly. And it kind of helps a little bit that it does get a little bit thicker quicker, because then I can place the embeds in the soap and I don't have to worry too much about them sinking further than I want them to. And also it makes it easier to design the top and then place the gemstones on top because they are quite heavy and I don't have to worry about them sinking into the batter. So yeah, there is that. And every time I make a soap with an embed or gemstones on top, I always remind you that with these molds, what I have done is I have laid my multi-bar cutter over top of the molds, marked each wire with a pen, and then I used a wood burner and I actually burned the lines into the wooden into the wooden box. That way, when I'm placing things like gemstones or embeds on top of my soap, I never have to worry that they're going to get in the way, get cut, or break a wire because they're not aligned properly. So that's my little tip for using embeds and different things on top of your soap. And I'm just giving a little flip here with my spatula to give it a little bit of a design. Nothing too fancy schmancy. And yeah, it's just really quick and fast. I'm using some glitter on top. I believe this is White Diamond's mica, which just gives it a really nice shimmer. And then I also have some moonshine chunky glitter that's in the shape of little moons. I think it's from Fizz Fairy, and I'm just sprinkling those on top as well, because it's fun, and we're all about fun around here. And there we go. Now I have my gemstones. I didn't have enough of the same gemstone to do all three soaps, so what I did is I just mixed up some howlite, some amazonite, and some labradorite, I think. I think that's the three gemstones that I used. And I am just placing them on top, lining them up in between my lines that I have on my mold. And I buy all of my gemstones from Stonebridge Imports in Ontario. They do have wholesale for their wholesale customers for their businesses. And you can sign up for wholesale online, and when your account is approved, you get 50% off of everything on the website. It is pretty amazing. And the prices are reasonable anyway before the discount, and the prices are great with the discount. And this is what she looks like after I sprayed her with some rubbing alcohol. And to the curing box she goes for a day or two or three, and then we're going to cut it. And just like that, with the magic of television, we are back, and we are going to cut the soap. Soap, the embed is really, really hard because it's melt and pour. So it did take a lot of pushing to get the wires through the soap without breaking them. And it came out really nice. I'm really happy with the way Samhain came out this year. The swirl looks good. It smells great like usual, but it always smells great. And yeah, I'm just really, really happy with it. This soap is available now on my website if you're interested in buying it. The formula is available over on Patreon if you're interested in that as well. And yeah, happy Halloween. I'm recording this voiceover on October 30th, the same day I'm going to post this video on YouTube. And tomorrow night, all the trick-or-treaters will be running around. We'll be handing out candy, and I'll be dressed up at work tomorrow, as well as for the trick-or-treaters. And I'm sure it'll be a good time. I hope you have a fabulous Halloween as well if you celebrate, or if you celebrate Samhain and you're going to participate in rituals, maybe do a dinner to honor your ancestors, things like that. And if you don't know what that is, again, you can look it up online, and if I remember, I'll try and put a link down below about the different things that you can do to honor your ancestors and the different traditions for Samhain. So yeah, and the last thing we're going to do here is show you how I cure my soap. So I use these trays that I buy from the dollar store. They fit on my bun rack perfectly, two per rack basically, and I just lay out my soap on these racks with just a tiny bit of distance between each one of them, not much. And I usually cure them for 4 to 6 weeks before I box them up and put them on my website for sale. And it works really well for me. I've never had an issue curing my soap this way. And yeah, works really well. I also have the large 26-inch trays that go with the bun rack, and I do also line those with parchment paper, and I will use those as well to cure my soap when I do a really big batch. And a full batch of 44 bars pretty much fills up one tray perfectly. And then the little end pieces, I make up bags, Sisal soap bags of soap ends, and I sell those as well on my website, and people quite like those as well. And I also give some of them away as free samples when people place orders online. So yeah, we are about done here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button, because that tells YouTube that you like the video and it pushes my content out to more people just like you. And at the very end, you'll see some of my stylized photos that I edit on Photo Room and use for my social media as well as my website. Thank you so much for watching.